Hey gang, your old pal Brian C. here. Several people have asked me to give them a little bit more of an in-depth look at what actually constitutes a 1992 Jeep Cherokee Limited. The Limited package was an upgrade. The leather seats with the separate headrests. Some of your earlier Jeeps had a square tubular padded headrest. These are more of a traditional headrest that you found on these because it was the upscale model. Center console for storage and things. Very nice addition. Take a look here up. You do have grab handles for your front passenger and your rear passenger. Your rear passenger handles do have a hook on them for hanging clothes from like the dry cleaner or something like that. This is the aftermarket sunroof we talked about. Here is what's left of the full overhead roof console that used to be in the vehicle before the aftermarket sunroof was put in. This console was a carryover piece from the Jeep Grand Wagoneers, the SJs. This originally appeared in the 88, 89 Grand Wagoneers as a full console. It does have two built-in map lights on it. It has a computer here that tells you the temperature and a compass to give you the direction that you are going. The rest of this console used to extend back. There had been a compartment here for an overhead remote control garage door transmitter that could be hidden away. Then you had a drop-down sunglasses compartment, and then back here you would have had two additional map lights or reading lamps for your back seat passengers. As you can see, the shop that put in the sunroof did a hatchet job here and literally cut it off and tried to glue some fabric back on and make it look complete, but they didn't do a very good job of it. You have for your passenger and for your driver, you have vanity mirrors on the visor. Very nice feature on both visors. And then of course you have your instructions here for your four-wheel drive system. And you can see, yes, they are lighted mirrors, which once again even come with a little dimmer control here. Very expensive option. To option those, I think it was like $400 extra per visor. So that was kind of interesting. You've got your headlight control down here. Two position with a warning for door ajar. First position is your parking light. Second position is your full headlights. It does have the dimmer for the dash gauges. If you lock the dimmer fully counterclockwise, that will bring on your dome lights. If you shut it off when the vehicle is running, it will just turn off the headlights. If you shut it off after the vehicle has been shut off from running, you will have a time delay for your headlights to remain on. The parking lights go off, but the headlights remain on for a period of time until the little relay shuts them off, like 2 or 3 minutes. This is your information center here. It tells you about your four-wheel drive, your seatbelt light, your brake system lamps, check engine light. All of those are here in that area. And on the side here, we have the Saginaw steering wheel. It is a tilt wheel, as we can see here, with the tilt control. Has the Saginaw turn signal stalk on it, a GM piece, the whole Saginaw assembly, of course. This has your wiper control on it. Has your washer control here, and your cruise control. You have off, on, and resume, and then your set for your cruise is right there. So that gives you an idea how that Saginaw column is set up. Just in front here, we have your panel switches. You have your fog light switch to turn your driving fog lights off and on. You have your rear defroster, which is a timer switch, so when you kick it on, it'll stay on for 10 minutes, turn off automatically, or you can turn it off manually by just hitting the switch again. Fog lights do not come on unless your parking lights or your headlights are on. So that switch is there just to turn them on or turn them off as you need to. Over here on the other side, we see there's only one switch because this had been the area in your earlier Cherokees where you had your option select for your shift patterns for your AW4 transmission. You had a power and a comfort mode, but due to emission standards, by the time we got to these later vehicles, like in '92, Chrysler was forced to take that switch out and keep the transmission programmed at one set level. Next to that, we have the rear window wiper control. Up just turns it on, and when it's on, you get an intermittent wipe across the window about every 30 seconds or so. Then you have off, which is your center detent, and then down is a push button, and that allows you to put the wiper into a continuous mode for about 20 seconds, and if you hold it, it actually sprays wet water out the washer arm on the wiper, because it is a wet arm wiper, onto the rear window. So you can wash and then let go, and it'll run for 20 seconds and be done with that. Do have the cigar lighter over here. Makes for a great power point for our modern accessories. You can see here where I have adapted my mount for my GPS device. This is coming out of what used to be the digital clock bay in your previous Cherokees. It's hard to see here, but there used to be a digital clock assembly, a little quartz clock right here at the top. They pretty much did away with that by this point in time, because they realized that they had the clock display on the radio, and it was redundant kind of to have the clock over there. I've often thought there must have been possibly some other purpose for this area at some point in time, because it was such a large area. There may have been some switches or something possibly for European spec vehicles, possibly. Taking a look here at the driver's side door, you do have your storage pocket. Once again, that two-tone leather we talked about. The switch controls for your windows. You have here your power door locks here, driver's window, passenger's window, rear seat windows here, as well as the rear window and passenger window switch lockouts in case you have children with you. You can lock those windows out. Here's your actual lock here for the door. Shows locked and unlocked, and then of course you have the pull handle here. One of the things that's very interesting also is the vent windows are still available on this particular model, which is very nice, because those did go away in later years models. So you do have the vent windows. Take a look here under the hood real quickly to give you an idea of the power plant. All of your limiteds came from the factory with the 4-liter 6-cylinder engine. And we get to see that 4-liter 6-cylinder here in a little more detail. You do have the underhood work light, which was still available on these vehicles in '92. We can see over here, looking at this side of the bay, that one of the newer additions, getting away from the '80s vintage vehicles, is we have the fuse block here. So you've got actual fuses for some of your main power systems and bus controls there. That had been previously kind of hidden down here over on the side a little bit. What ones were out there, there are more here now. The coolant recovery bottle has been moved here, and then behind it is the windshield washer bottle for the front and rear windshields. Gone is the loop European style cooling system, which had the cooling bottle back there. We can see also that the cruise control servo has been moved over here on the fender. It had previously been back on the firewall in the earlier versions. This